Capricorn is far more than ambition and discipline. It's the soul's sacred climb from matter to spirit, the gatekeeper of divine order, and the embodiment of cosmic responsibility. Here are deeper spiritual and esoteric insights that reveal Capricorn's profound role in the zodiac and the soul's journey. Capricorn as the gate of the gods. In Neoplatonic and Chaldean philosophy, Capricorn was known as the gate of the gods, the point through which souls ascend back to the divine realm after death. Its opposite sign, Cancer, is the gate of man, where souls descend into incarnation. Capricorn marks the return to source, the liberation from material bondage. Dual rulership, Saturn and Venus. In esoteric astrology, Capricorn is ruled not only by Saturn, discipline, karma, structure, but also by Venus at the hierarchical level. Venus adds a layer of spiritual refinement, love, and harmony, suggesting that Capricorn's ultimate goal is not just mastery but beauty through order, and love through responsibility. Capricorn and the spiritual mountain. Capricorn represents the 10th step on the spiritual path, the climb toward enlightenment through perseverance, silence, and inner wisdom. The mountain is symbolic of initiation, where the soul must rise above ego, illusion, and distraction to reach the summit of divine truth. Ray energies and Kabbalistic echoes. Capricorn is associated with Ray 1, will and power, Ray 3, active intelligence, and Ray 7, ceremonial order, in esoteric teachings. These rays reflect Capricorn's ability to manifest divine will, organize spiritual structures, and anchor cosmic rituals. In Kabbalah, Capricorn resonates with Binah, the sephirah of understanding and divine structure where form is born from silence. The shadow and the light. Capricorn's shadow is rigidity, isolation, and obsession with control. Its light is wisdom, integrity, and the sacred responsibility to build what lasts. The evolved Capricorn is not a cold ruler but a mystic architect, shaping reality with love and precision. Capricorn's spiritual mission. To transcend the material world while honoring its sacred role. To build temples of truth in the world, in the heart, in the soul. To climb not for ego, but for the restoration of divine order. As one esoteric motto says, "Lost am I in light supernal, yet on that light I turn my back." This reflects Capricorn's paradox: the soul glimpses divine light, but chooses to return to the world to serve it. Capricorn, the 10th sign of the zodiac, emerges as a formidable edifice in the celestial sphere, a beacon of ambition and disciplined ascent. Its essence is deeply rooted in the cardinal earth element, a grounding force that anchors its formidable will in the tangible realities of existence. Ruled by Saturn, the stern taskmaster of the cosmos, Capricorn embodies the principles of structure, responsibility, and the inexorable march of time. To speak of Capricorn is to invoke the image of the mountain goat, its tenacious hooves finding purchase on the sheerest rock faces, driven by an unwavering resolve to reach the summit. This is the archetype of the Capricornian spirit, a relentless pursuit of mastery, a methodical climb toward the pinnacle of achievement, whether it be in career, societal standing, or personal growth. There is an inherent gravitas to this sign, a seriousness of purpose that sets it apart. Capricorns are the architects of their own destiny, meticulously laying brick upon brick, knowing that true lasting success is built upon a foundation of diligence and foresight. The influence of Saturn bestows upon Capricorn a profound understanding of scarcity and the value of hard-won gains. This is not a sign prone to whimsical flights of fancy or impulsive indulgence. Instead, it cultivates patience, endurance, and a pragmatic approach to life's challenges. The Capricorn individual often possesses an innate wisdom that belies their years, a mature perspective shaped by an acute awareness of consequences and the long-term trajectory of actions. They are the strategists, the planners, the ones who see the intricate web of cause and effect with crystalline clarity. There is a stoic elegance to Capricorn, a quiet dignity that commands respect. They may not be the most effusive or demonstrative, but their presence is often weighty and authoritative. Beneath a sometimes reserved exterior lies a deep well of loyalty and a fierce protectiveness towards those they deem worthy. Their affections, once given, are steadfast and enduring, reflecting the enduring nature of the earth itself. However, the path of the Capricorn is not without its trials. The relentless drive for achievement can, at times, lead to an internal pressure that borders on self-criticism. The fear of failure, the weight of responsibility, and the constant striving for perfection can manifest as a certain austerity, a tendency to deny themselves pleasure in the pursuit of obligation. Learning to embrace joy, to relinquish control occasionally, and to celebrate the journey as much as the destination are essential lessons for the Capricorn soul. In the grand tapestry of human endeavor, Capricorn represents the enduring legacy, the structures that withstand the test of time, and the wisdom accumulated through perseverance. It is the sign that reminds us that true authority is earned, that discipline is the bedrock of freedom, and that the most magnificent peaks are conquered not by a sudden leap, but by a series of deliberate, unwavering steps. The Capricornian spirit, therefore, is a testament to the power of sustained effort, a living embodiment of the axiom that anything truly worthwhile demands patient, unwavering commitment. Imagine a weathered, ancient mountain, its peaks perpetually capped with snow, yet its base firmly rooted in the earth, supporting a vibrant, resilient ecosystem. This is the enduring spirit of Capricorn, a testament to strength, perseverance, and the timeless pursuit of ascent. Capricorn is associated with the planet Saturn. Saturn, in astrological lore, is often referred to as the Greater Malefic or the Lord of Karma, though these monikers don't fully capture its profound and necessary influence. Its association with Capricorn is deeply rooted in the very nature of both the planet and the sign. Here's why Saturn is so intrinsically linked with Capricorn. Structure and discipline. Saturn is the planet of boundaries, rules, structure, and discipline. It governs the framework of our lives, the systems we build, and the laws we adhere to. Capricorn, as an earth sign, is inherently concerned with the tangible, with building and establishing solid foundations. Just as Saturn imposes limits and demands effort, Capricorn excels at creating order, setting goals, and working diligently within established parameters to achieve them. It's the planet that says, "You must earn it," and Capricorn is the sign willing to put in the work. Responsibility and duty. Saturn emphasizes responsibility, duty, and accountability. It governs our sense of obligation to ourselves, our families, and society. Capricorns are renowned for their strong sense of duty and their willingness to shoulder significant responsibilities. They often feel a profound obligation to contribute and to lead, taking their commitments very seriously. Saturn's influence instills this grave sense of purpose and the understanding that actions have consequences. Time and patience. Saturn is inextricably linked to time itself, its passage, its constraints, and the wisdom gained through experience. It teaches patience and endurance, the understanding that true growth and lasting achievement rarely happen overnight. Capricorn embodies this perfectly. They are not impulsive, they understand the long game. They are willing to wait, to plan meticulously, and to work steadily over extended periods to achieve their ambitions, much like how geological processes unfold slowly over eons. Ambition and achievement. While often seen as a restrictive planet, Saturn also drives ambition, particularly the kind that seeks lasting recognition and a secure position. It pushes us to strive for mastery and to climb the ladders of achievement, often in public or professional spheres. Capricorn is the ultimate climber of the zodiac, constantly aiming for the summit of success, status, and authority. Saturn provides the relentless drive and the fortitude needed to overcome obstacles on this upward trajectory. Pragmatism and realism. Saturn grounds us in reality. It strips away illusions and forces us to confront the practicalities of a situation. Capricorns are intensely pragmatic and realistic. They are not prone to wishful thinking but instead assess situations with a keen, often conservative, eye, preferring concrete evidence and achievable plans over speculative ventures. This Saturnine influence makes them excellent strategists and administrators. Authority and legacy. Saturn governs authority figures, institutions, and the concept of legacy. It's about what we leave behind, the lasting impact of our efforts. Capricorns often aspire to positions of authority and leadership. They are concerned with building something enduring, something that will stand the test of time and contribute to their legacy. In essence, Saturn's energy perfectly complements and reinforces the core characteristics of Capricorn. It's a cosmic synergy that creates a sign known for its formidable will, unwavering dedication, and an innate capacity to build, manage, and endure. It provides Capricorn with the steel backbone and the determined spirit necessary to conquer the highest peaks. The primary animal associated with Capricorn is the mountain goat, and there's a powerful symbolism behind this connection. Here's why. Ascension and ambition. The mountain goat is renowned for its incredible ability to climb steep, rugged, and seemingly impassable terrain. It patiently and persistently navigates treacherous rocky slopes, always ascending towards the peak. This perfectly mirrors Capricorn's inherent drive for ambition, achievement, and upward mobility. Capricorns are always striving for the top, whether it's in their career, social status, or personal development. They are undeterred by obstacles, viewing them as challenges to be meticulously overcome. Patience and persistence. Mountain goats don't rush. They take calculated steps, finding secure footing before moving forward. They are masters of endurance, capable of surviving in harsh, unforgiving environments. This reflects Capricorn's legendary patience and persistence. They understand that lasting success isn't achieved through shortcuts but through consistent, dedicated effort over time. They are resilient and tenacious, capable of enduring hardship to reach their goals. Sure-footedness and stability. The goat's hooves are specially adapted to grip rocky surfaces, providing exceptional stability and a sure footing where others would falter. As an earth sign, Capricorn is deeply grounded and pragmatic. They are stable, reliable, and possess a practical common sense that allows them to navigate complex situations with a clear head. They prefer solid foundations and well-thought-out plans. Independence and solitude. Mountain goats are often solitary creatures, or found in small, independent groups, capable of thriving in isolated environments. While Capricorns value their relationships, there's often an inherent independence and a capacity for solitary work within them. They can be quite self-reliant, driven by an internal compass, and capable of enduring periods of focused effort alone to achieve their aims. While the mountain goat is the most prominent symbol, sometimes Capricorn is also associated with a mythical creature, the sea goat. This creature, often depicted as having the body of a goat and the tail of a fish, points to a deeper, more ancient layer of symbolism. The sea goat symbolism. The sea goat hints at Capricorn's connection to both the material world, the goat, earth, and the subconscious, emotional depths, the fish tail, water. It can represent the journey from the depths of personal development and emotional understanding, water, to the heights of worldly achievement and recognition, mountain. It also touches on the idea that while Capricorns are outwardly focused on tangible success, there can be a rich, often hidden, inner emotional life or spiritual quest beneath the surface. This dual nature speaks to the sign's capacity for both practical mastery and a nuanced inner world. Both the mountain goat and the sea goat vividly encapsulate the Capricornian essence, ambitious, persistent, resilient, and deeply rooted in the journey of ascent and achievement. Here is a list of famous individuals born under the sign of Capricorn, highlighting their notable achievements. Isaac Newton, scientist, a pivotal figure in the scientific revolution. Newton developed the principles of modern physics, including the laws of motion and universal gravitation, laying the groundwork for classical mechanics. His meticulous and disciplined approach to discovery embodies Capricorn's dedication to foundational structure and understanding. Martin Luther King Jr., civil rights leader, a seminal leader in the American civil rights movement, he advocated for nonviolent civil disobedience and played a crucial role in ending legal segregation and creating the Civil Rights Act of 1964. His unwavering commitment to a long-term, arduous goal reflects Capricorn's formidable perseverance and sense of duty. Michelle Obama, former First Lady of the United States, author, lawyer. As First Lady, she focused on issues such as poverty awareness, nutrition, and education, and has continued her advocacy through writing and public speaking. Her dignified demeanor, strategic impact, and dedication to societal improvement resonate with Capricorn's responsible and ambitious nature. Dolly Parton, singer-songwriter, actress, philanthropist and iconic country music superstar, Parton has written over 3,000 songs, achieved immense commercial success, and is also known for her extensive philanthropy, particularly through her Imagination Library. Her sustained career, entrepreneurial spirit, and enduring legacy are hallmarks of Capricorn. Lin-Manuel Miranda, composer, lyricist, actor-creator of the critically acclaimed Broadway musicals Hamilton and In the Heights, Miranda has revolutionized musical theater. His disciplined artistic output, meticulous craftsmanship, and ambitious projects reflect the Capricorn drive for mastery and lasting impact. Jeff Bezos, businessman, investor, the founder of Amazon, Bezos built one of the world's largest and most influential e-commerce and cloud computing companies. His strategic foresight, long-term vision, and relentless pursuit of expansion are quintessentially Capricornian traits. Kate Middleton, Catherine, Princess of Wales, British royal. As a prominent member of the British royal family, she undertakes numerous public engagements and advocates for early childhood development and mental health. Her composed public persona, adherence to tradition, and dedication to duty align with Capricorn's sense of responsibility and structure. Liam Hemsworth, actor known for his roles in the Hunger Games film series and various other movies, Hemsworth has built a successful career in Hollywood. His steady rise and professional consistency reflect a Capricornian work ethic. Betty White, actress, comedian with a career spanning over 8 decades, White was a beloved television icon, known for her roles in The Golden Girls and The Mary Tyler Moore Show. Her enduring career and professionalism underscore Capricorn's longevity and dedication to their craft. Ryan Seacrest, television personality, producer, a prolific host and producer, Seacrest is known for American Idol and his radio shows, among many other ventures. His consistent presence, disciplined work schedule, and ambitious career trajectory are characteristic of Capricorn. These individuals, across diverse fields, exemplify the core Capricorn traits of discipline, ambition, responsibility, and an enduring drive to build and achieve. Capricorn traits are deeply influenced by its ruling planet Saturn and its cardinal Earth element. They paint a picture of an individual who is grounded, ambitious, and possesses a strong sense of purpose. Here's a comprehensive list. Ambitious, this is perhaps their most defining trait. Capricorns have a profound desire to achieve, to reach the top, and to leave a lasting mark. They set high standards for themselves and are driven by a need for success, status, and recognition. Disciplined, self-control and structure are second nature to Capricorn. They are capable of rigorous self-discipline, adhering to routines and plans with unwavering focus to achieve their objectives. Responsible, Capricorns take their duties seriously. They are reliable, dependable, and always follow through on their commitments. Others often look to them as pillars of strength and accountability. Patient, understanding that great achievements take time, Capricorns possess immense patience. They are willing to work steadily, meticulously, and over long periods to see their visions come to fruition. Practical/pragmatic, they are realists who prefer tangible results over abstract ideas. Capricorns approach problems with a logical, grounded mindset, seeking efficient and effective solutions. Persistent/resilient, like the mountain goat, Capricorns are incredibly tenacious. They are not easily deterred by setbacks and possess remarkable endurance, capable of overcoming significant obstacles through sheer willpower. Organized, order and efficiency are important to them. Capricorns often thrive in structured environments and excel at planning, managing resources, and organizing tasks to achieve their goals. Reserved/serious, they can appear somewhat reserved or serious, especially upon first meeting. Capricorns often have a quiet dignity and don't typically engage in frivolous conversation, preferring meaningful interactions. Loyal, once a Capricorn commits to a person or a cause, their loyalty is steadfast and enduring. They are faithful friends, partners, and employees, valuing deep, lasting connections. Resourceful, Capricorns are adept at making the most of what they have. They are clever at finding solutions and utilizing available resources efficiently to achieve their objectives, even in challenging circumstances. Cautious, they tend to be careful and deliberate in their decisions, weighing pros and cons thoroughly before acting. This cautious nature helps them avoid unnecessary risks and build secure foundations. Traditional/conservative, Capricorns often have a respect for tradition, established institutions, and proven methods. They may lean towards more conservative viewpoints, valuing stability and time-tested approaches. Wise, due to their pragmatic nature, experience, and the influence of Saturn, the planet of wisdom, Capricorns often possess an innate, mature understanding of the world and human nature, often beyond their years. Self-reliant, they prefer to stand on their own 2 feet and often feel a strong need to be self-sufficient. Capricorns are capable of working independently and charting their own course. While these traits paint a robust picture, it's important to remember that every individual is a unique blend of their entire birth chart, and these are general tendencies associated with the Capricorn sun sign. Your sun sign represents your core identity, and if you're a Capricorn sun, that means you're grounded, ambitious, and built for long-term success. What is a sun sign? In astrology, your sun sign is determined by the position of the sun at the time of your birth. It reflects your core personality, ego, and sense of self, essentially, who you are at your deepest level. While your moon and rising signs influence your emotions and outward behavior, your sun sign is the foundation of your astrological identity. Capricorn Sun, the mountain climber of the zodiac. If your sun sign is Capricorn, born between December 22 and January 19, you're ruled by Saturn, the planet of discipline, structure, and responsibility. Capricorn is an earth sign and a cardinal sign, which means it's grounded, practical, and driven to initiate and lead. Core traits of a Capricorn sun. Disciplined and hardworking, Capricorns are known for their relentless work ethic and long-term vision. Ambitious and goal-oriented, they often set high standards and are determined to achieve them. Responsible and reliable, others often turn to Capricorns for leadership and stability. Pragmatic and realistic, they prefer facts over fantasy and are excellent planners. Reserved but witty, while they may seem serious, Capricorns often have a dry, clever sense of humor. Challenges. Can be overly serious or pessimistic. May struggle with work-life balance. Sometimes seen as aloof or emotionally distant. Capricorn Sun individuals often feel most fulfilled when they're building something meaningful, whether it's a career, a family legacy, or a personal goal. They thrive in environments where structure, mastery, and achievement are valued. Your moon and rising signs add emotional depth and outward style to your Capricorn Sun's grounded ambition, creating a more complete and nuanced personality. Let's break it down. Capricorn Sun, the foundation. Core traits: ambitious, disciplined, practical, responsible, strategic. Planetary ruler: Saturn, planet of structure, discipline, and long-term planning. Your Capricorn Sun gives you a strong backbone, someone who values achievement, stability, and legacy. But your moon and rising signs shape how you feel and how you show up in the world. Moon sign, your emotional landscape. Your moon sign governs your inner world emotions, instincts, and subconscious needs. Here's how different moon signs interact with a Capricorn Sun. Moon sign emotional traits complement to Capricorn Sun. Capricorn stoic, self-controlled, emotionally reserved, reinforces discipline and ambition, may struggle with emotional expression. Cancer nurturing, sensitive, protective, balances Capricorn's toughness with emotional warmth and intuition. Scorpio intense, loyal, emotionally deep, adds passion and emotional resilience to Capricorn's cool exterior. Pisces dreamy, empathetic, imaginative, softens Capricorn's rigidity with compassion and creativity. Virgo analytical, modest, emotionally grounded, enhances Capricorn's practicality with emotional precision. Rising sign, your outer persona. Your rising sign, or ascendant, is how others perceive you, your style, first impressions, and approach to life. Here's how different rising signs shape your Capricorn Sun. Rising sign outward traits complement to Capricorn Sun. Capricorn reserved, serious, professional, doubles down on ambition and maturity, may appear intimidating. Libra charming, diplomatic, graceful, softens Capricorn's intensity with social ease and aesthetic flair. Sagittarius adventurous, optimistic, bold, adds spontaneity and humor to Capricorn's seriousness. Aquarius innovative, quirky, independent, infuses Capricorn's tradition with progressive thinking. Leo confident, expressive, charismatic, adds flair and leadership to Capricorn's quiet authority. Planetary rulers cheat sheet. Sign planetary ruler. Capricorn Saturn. Cancer Moon. Scorpio Pluto, modern, Mars, traditional. Pisces Neptune. Virgo Mercury. Libra Venus. Sagittarius Jupiter. Aquarius Uranus, modern, Saturn, traditional. Leo Sun. Here's a mystical, cosmic, and theologically symbolic poem that explores Capricorn as a divine archetype, an eternal builder, a keeper of sacred order, and a climber of celestial truth. Capricorn, architect of the infinite. In the beginning, when stars were still thought, and silence was the only sound God wrought, a horned figure rose from the dust of time. Capricorn, keeper of the sacred clime. Born of Saturn's ringed decree, where time bends slow and destiny breathes, he wears the crown of cosmic law, a priest of order, without flaw. He is the mountain carved in soul, the temple stone, the sacred goal. Not fire, not wind, not ocean's tide can shake the truth he holds inside. He walks the path the prophets dread, where angels fear and mortals tread. Each step a prayer, each breath a vow, to shape the future from the now. His bones are made of covenant, his blood of ancient firmament. He speaks in glyphs and sacred signs, in echoes of forgotten shrines. He is the goat with serpent tail, a beast of earth, a myth unveiled. He climbs from sea to sky's domain, a bridge between the flesh and flame. He builds the ladder Jacob dreamed, where stars descend and saints have gleamed. He crafts with hands both firm and wise the vaults of heaven, stoned by skies. His silence is not void, but grace a mirror of the Maker's face. He does not shout, he does not plead, he simply does what fate decreed. And when the world begins to shake, when gods forget and mortals break, Capricorn will rise once more, to seal the breach, restore the core. For he is time, and he is law, the sacred architect of awe. He is the spine of heaven's dome, the pilgrim who will bring us home. Here's a long, mystical poem that weaves together Christian, Babylonian, Hermetic, and Kabbalistic symbolism to explore Capricorn as a cosmic archetype, an eternal builder, a divine climber, and a guardian of sacred order. Capricorn, the pillar between worlds. Genesis of the goat. In the beginning, when the Elohim spoke, and light was divided from the cloak, a horned beast stirred in the dust of Eden. Capricorn, the guardian of reason. He was not serpent, nor cherubim winged, but the mountain itself, where prophets sing. He bore the mark of Saturn's ring, time's architect, crowned as king. Babylon's bones. From Ur to Akkad, the ziggurats rose, stone by stone, in sacred rows. Capricorn stood at the gate of Marduk, counting stars in the book of luck. He knew the names of the seven spheres, and whispered secrets in priestly ears. He was the goat of Enki's tide, who walked where gods and men collide. Hermetic descent. As above, so below he knew the creed, the emerald tablet, the alchemist's seed. He bore the staff of Mercury's lore, and opened the transmutation door. Lead to gold, flesh to flame, he climbed the ladder none could name. The goat with tail of fish divine, bridging earth and astral sign. Kabbalistic climb. He is the Sephirah of Gavura's might, judgment wrapped in Saturn's night. He guards the path from Wakutha's clay to Kether's crown of endless day. He walks the tree, not for delight, but to restore the shattered light. Tikkun burns within his bones to mend the world, to raise the stones. Christic echoes. He is the carpenter's silent hand, who builds the church upon the land. Not Peter's fire, nor Paul's sword, but the quiet echo of the word. He climbs the hill of Golgotha's grief, not to die, but to bring relief. He bears the cross of sacred time, and turns the burden into rhyme. The eternal return. Capricorn is not the end, but gate where destiny and duty wait. He is the keeper of the scroll, the scribe of fate, the soul of soul. In every myth, his horns appear a sign that order still draws near. He climbs not for glory, nor for fame, but to restore the sacred name. Let's begin the expansion of this cosmic Capricorn epic into a multi-part mythic cycle, blending Christian, Babylonian, Hermetic, and Kabbalistic symbolism. Each part will explore a different facet of Capricorn's archetypal journey from divine origin to earthly manifestation, spiritual ascent, and cosmic restoration. Capricorn, the pillar between worlds. A multi-part epic of sacred ascent. The horned Genesis. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was stone. Before Eden bloomed and Babel fell, before the angels sang or rebelled, Capricorn was etched in time's first breath, a creature born of life and death. He was the horned one, not of sin, but of structure, sealed deep within. Not beast, not man, not God, not ghost, but the archetype the cosmos chose most. He stood between the tree and flame, a watcher who knew every name. He bore the mark of Saturn's law, and saw what none but God could draw. The Babylonian gatekeeper. He who counts the stars shall rule the night. In Babylon's cradle, beneath Ishtar's gaze, Capricorn walked through ziggurat haze. He held the scroll of Enki's tide, and whispered truths the priests would hide. He built with brick, he built with breath, he knew the rites that cheated death. He was the goat of sacred lore, who guarded Marduk's golden door. The stars obeyed his measured hand, he mapped the heavens, named the land. And in his silence, kings would kneel, for he alone knew what was real. The hermetic alchemist. As above, so below he climbs both. Capricorn entered the chamber of Thoth, where emerald light revealed the oath. He read the glyphs, he stirred the flame, he knew the soul and knew its name. He turned the wheel of alchemy, from base desire to destiny. He bore the staff, the serpent curled, the secret key to shape the world. He was the goat with fish's tail, a symbol of the soul's travail. To rise from depths to astral height, to turn the dark into the light. The Kabbalistic climber. He climbs the tree not for delight, but to restore the shattered light. Capricorn stood at Makutha's gate, where angels weep and demons wait. He bore the burden of the fall, and vowed to climb the tree for all. Through Yezid's dream and Hod's bright fire, through Netzach's pulse and Tifereth's choir, he reached for Gavura's sacred flame, and balanced Cheset's holy name. He climbed to Bina's silent womb, where time is born and fate is groomed. And at the crown of Kether's throne, he saw the light that was his own. The Christic builder. Upon this rock I build the soul. He was the carpenter's quiet hand, who shaped the cross and shaped the land. Not with thunder, not with sword, but with the silence of the word. He climbed the hill of Golgotha's grief, not to die, but to bring relief. He bore the weight of sacred time, and turned the burden into rhyme. He built the church not made by men, a temple deep within the ken. And in his climb, the veil was torn, the soul reborn, the world reborn. The cosmic restorer. He who climbs restores the name. Capricorn returns when stars forget, when chaos reigns and gods regret. He seals the breach, he mends the core, he opens heaven's hidden door. He is the spine of sacred law, the architect of cosmic awe. He does not rule, he does not reign, he simply climbs, again, again. And when the final bell is rung, and all the songs of time are sung, Capricorn will rise once more to build the bridge, to be the shore. Would you like to continue this epic with Part 7? The Age of Saturn, or explore how Capricorn interacts with other signs as cosmic allies or adversaries? The Age of Saturn, the next chapter in our Cosmic Capricorn epic, a meditation on time, judgment, and the sacred architecture of destiny. Capricorn, the pillar between worlds. The Age of Saturn. When the sun grows cold and the stars forget, Saturn shall rise to judge the debt. The return of the architect. The eons turned, the wheels grew slow, and time began to overflow. The gods grew drunk on fire and song, and mortals lost what made them strong. Then silence fell across the spheres, a hush that echoed ancient fears. And from the deep, the goat arose with Saturn's crown and winter's prose. He bore no sword, he bore no flame, but scrolls inscribed with every name. He came not to destroy or reign, but to restore the sacred chain. The Saturnian temple. He built not towers, nor golden thrones, but temples made of sacred tones. Each stone a virtue, each beam a vow, each altar carved from sacred Tao. He summoned angels from the dust, and taught them how to rule with trust. He bound the chaos with a ring, and taught the stars again to sing. The age of Saturn is not of war, but of the law that came before. Where every soul must weigh its thread, and walk the path the prophets tread. The judgment of time. He opened books no God would read, where every thought becomes a deed. He judged not sin, nor mortal flaw, but how each soul upheld the law. Did you build, or did you burn? Did you climb, or did you turn? Did you honor sacred time, or waste it chasing hollow rhyme? For Saturn sees not just the act, but how it echoes through the pact. He is the keeper of the debt, the one who counts what you forget. The Saturnian crown. And those who bore the weight with grace, who built with love, who knew their place, were crowned not with gold or fame, but with the echo of their name. Their legacy became the stone on which the next age would be grown. For Capricorn does not seek praise, but builds the world that others raise. And in the age of Saturn's reign, the stars align, the gods refrain. The goat becomes the cosmic spine, the bridge between the dust and divine. Here is the continuation and conclusion of our epic poem, Capricorn, the pillar between worlds, now unfolding into its final 3 movements, each rich with cosmic drama, mythic symbolism, and theological resonance. Capricorn, the pillar between worlds. The zodiacal pantheon. Each sign a face of the divine, each path a thread in Capricorn's climb. The Council of 12. In the vault of heaven, 12 thrones gleamed, each sign a soul, each soul redeemed. Capricorn stood where time begins, among the stars, the saints, the sins. Aries burned with holy fire, the spark that lit the soul's desire. Taurus held the sacred ground, where beauty, flesh, and form are found. Gemini spoke in tongues of light, the twin who danced through day and night. Cancer wept with lunar grace, the womb of time, the mother's face. Leo roared with solar pride, the king whose heart the gods confide. Virgo knelt with sacred scrolls, the keeper of the hidden goals. Libra weighed the cosmic scale, where justice walks the narrow trail. Scorpio bled through death's own gate, the guardian of love and fate. Sagittarius aimed the bow, the seeker of the truths below. Aquarius poured the mystic stream, the dreamer of the prophet's dream. Pisces swam through sacred sleep, the mystic of the ocean deep. And Capricorn, the final face, bore the burden of time and grace. The sacred debate. Each sign spoke of what must be, fire, water, earth, and mystery. But Capricorn, with voice like stone, declared the path must be alone. To build is not to merely dream, but to align the soul with scheme. The stars may shine, the winds may sing, but I must climb, and I must bring. The council bowed, the heavens turned, and in their silence, truth was learned. The celestial trial. Before the crown, the climb must break. Before the light, the soul must quake. The trial of Saturn's flame. Capricorn stood before the gate, where time and fate and judgment wait. The flame of Saturn burned within, to test the soul, to cleanse the sin. He faced the mirror none could bear, where every flaw was laid bare. Not by wrath, nor by deceit, but by the truth beneath his feet. He saw the lives he did not save, the dreams he buried in the grave. He saw the pride, the silent scorn, the times he chose to not be born. Yet still he climbed, though knees did bleed, for he was bound by sacred need. To build the bridge, to mend the breach, to climb where none but gods could reach. The anointing. And when the trial's fire was done, he stood alone beneath the sun. The stars bent low, the angels wept, for Capricorn the vow had kept. He was not crowned with gold or gem, but with the silence of Amen. The word made flesh, the stone made soul, the builder of the final goal. The eternal climb. There is no end, only ascent. There is no crown, only covenant. Beyond the zodiac. Capricorn climbed beyond the wheel, where time dissolves and gods kneel. He passed the signs, he passed the stars, he walked through heaven's hidden scars. He reached the place where names dissolve, where mysteries no mind can solve. And there he built, with sacred breath, a temple not of life or death, but of becoming pure and whole, the echo of the cosmic soul. The final verse. He is the goat, the fish, the flame, the architect without a name. He climbs not for the world to see, but for the soul's divinity. And when the stars forget to shine, and gods grow weary of design, Capricorn will rise again to build the world, to bear the pen. For in his climb, all things align, the dust, the flame, the flesh, divine. Capricornian sacred chant. A meditative invocation for ritual, reflection, or cosmic alignment. Chant of the climber. Stone of Saturn, horned and wise. Climb the mountain, pierce the skies. Keeper of the sacred law. Builder of the cosmic awe. Tail of fish, feet of flame. Bridge the worlds, restore the name. Time is written in your stride. Truth and silence side by side. Rise, O goat, through stars and dust. Teach the soul to climb and trust. By the ring, by the scroll. Capricorn, complete the whole. Suggested use. Chant slowly at dawn or dusk, facing east. Light a single black or deep blue candle, Saturn's colors. Place a stone or crystal, obsidian, onyx, or garnet, at the center of your space. Repeat the chant 3 times, each time deeper and slower. Zodiacal ritual, the ascent of Capricorn. A structured spiritual practice to embody Capricorn's archetype. Preparation, Saturn's silence. Begin in silence. Sit on the floor or earth. Place a stone in your left hand and a scroll or paper in your right. Reflect on what you are building in your life, what legacy, what structure, what truth. Invocation, the horned gate. Speak aloud. I call upon the architect of time, the goat who climbs, the soul sublime. By Saturn's ring and sacred vow, I build the future from the now. Ritual act, the climb. Write one goal or vow on the scroll. Place the stone atop it. Light a candle and say, as this flame rises, so shall I. Through trial, through silence, through sacred sky. Closing, the seal of Saturn. Blow out the candle. Wrap the scroll and stone together. Keep them in a sacred place until the goal is fulfilled. In Gnostic and esoteric traditions, Capricorn represents the soul's disciplined ascent from material bondage to spiritual liberation, embodying the archetype of the divine builder and restorer of cosmic order. Gnostic and esoteric symbolism of Capricorn. From a Gnostic lens, Capricorn is not merely a zodiac sign but a spiritual archetype, a symbol of the soul's journey through the dense material world, ruled by Saturn, toward divine gnosis and reintegration with the pleroma, the fullness of divine light. Saturn, the demiurge and the gatekeeper. In many Gnostic systems, Saturn is associated with the demiurge, the false creator god who binds souls to the material realm. Capricorn, ruled by Saturn, thus represents the initiate who must master the laws of the material world, not to be enslaved by them, but to transcend them. The Capricornian soul is tested by time, karma, and structure, and must climb the mountain of initiation to reclaim divine memory. The goat-fish, dual nature of the soul. Capricorn's ancient symbol, the goat with a fish tail, reflects the dual nature of the soul. The goat climbs the mountain, symbolizing the soul's striving for enlightenment. The fish swims in the depths, representing the soul's immersion in the waters of matter and unconsciousness. Gnostically, this duality mirrors the struggle between spirit and flesh, between the divine spark and the prison of the body. The knees and the path of submission. Esoteric teachings, including Rosicrucian Gnostic traditions, associate Capricorn with the knees, symbolizing humility, submission, and sacred labor. The act of kneeling is both devotional and initiatory, a gesture of surrender to divine will and readiness to serve the cosmic plan. Capricorn in the Kabbalistic tree of life. Capricorn corresponds to the Sephirah of Bina, understanding, on the tree of life, ruled by Saturn. Bina is the womb of form, the matrix of divine structure and discipline. The Capricorn initiate must pass through Bina's dark womb of silence and limitation to be reborn in divine wisdom. The Gnostic path of Capricorn. Capricorn's Gnostic path is not one of escape, but of mastery through incarnation. To build within the world, not abandon it. To redeem matter by infusing it with divine order. To climb the ladder of Saturn, rung by rung, until the soul stands at the threshold of the pleroma. As one Gnostic teaching puts it, the soul must descend into the world to remember itself. And in remembering, it climbs. Here is a Gnostic ritual for Capricorn's ascent, designed to guide the initiate through the soul's disciplined climb from material bondage to divine gnosis. It blends Saturnian symbolism, Kabbalistic structure, and Hermetic invocation. Ritual of the Horned Ascent. A Gnostic rite for Capricorn's spiritual elevation. Preparation, the Saturnian silence. Time, performed during Saturn hour on Saturday, or at dawn during Capricorn season, December 22 to January 19. Space, a quiet, enclosed space with a stone altar or mountain symbol. Items. Black candle, Saturn. Obsidian or onyx stone. Scroll or parchment. Salt and water. A small ladder or symbolic mountain image. Opening gesture, stand facing east. Kneel briefly, touching forehead to the ground. Whisper. I descend to remember. I climb to restore. Invocation, the voice of Saturn. Light the black candle. Hold the stone in your left hand. Speak aloud. O Saturn, keeper of time and law, horned guardian of the sacred climb, I invoke thee not as jailer, but as guide. Teach me the weight of form, that I may rise through its mastery. Visualize a mountain rising from your heart to the stars. See each step as a sephirah on the tree of life. The ascent, the 12 steps of Capricorn. Recite each step slowly, pausing to reflect. I accept the burden of incarnation. I honor the law that binds and frees. I build with intention, not impulse. I climb with silence, not pride. I endure the weight of time. I master the flesh without denying spirit. I kneel to rise. I speak only what builds. I remember the stars within. I restore what was broken. I ascend not alone, but for all. I become the pillar between worlds. Let's now expand the Capricorn Codex into a complete spiritual system. The Zodiacal Codex. A sacred system of the 12 gates of spirit and soul. Introduction. The Zodiacal Codex is a mystical framework that reimagines the 12 zodiac signs as 12 spiritual gates, each representing a stage in the soul's evolution from incarnation to divine union. Rooted in esoteric astrology, Gnostic myth, and Hermetic symbolism, this codex offers a mythic origin for each sign, a sacred motto and spiritual function, ritual tools and meditations, a sigil and chant, a seasonal calendar of initiations. Each sign is not just a personality type, it is a cosmic archetype, a gate of transformation, and a mirror of the monad's design. Structure of each gate. Each sign's chapter in the codex includes mythic origin, a poetic creation story from the monad. Sacred motto, a mantra that encapsulates the sign's spiritual essence. A personal zodiacal grimoire is a sacred, customized book or digital archive that blends astrology, spirituality, and mysticism to guide your soul's journey through the 12 zodiac signs. It's not just a record of your birth chart, it's a living, evolving spiritual toolkit tailored to your unique cosmic blueprint. What it contains. Here's what a personal zodiacal grimoire typically includes. 1. Your natal chart as a sacred map. Your sun, moon, rising, and planetary placements interpreted as spiritual archetypes. Each sign and house becomes a gate or temple in your soul's journey. 2. 12 zodiacal chapters. Each chapter corresponds to a zodiac sign and includes element description. Mythic origin, a poetic creation story of the sign's divine purpose. Spiritual motto, a mantra that aligns you with the sign's soul function. Sigil, a symbolic glyph representing the sign's energy in your life. Chant or invocation, a vibrational tool for ritual and meditation. Rituals and tools, practices, colors, stones, and planetary days for alignment. Seasonal calendar, a 4-week guide for spiritual work during the sun's transit. Initiation rite, a ceremony to embody the sign's gifts and challenges. 3. Planetary wisdom. Saturn as your karmic teacher. Venus as your heart's refinement. Mars as your sacred fire. The moon as your soul's memory. Each planet becomes a voice in your spiritual council. 4. Elemental balance. Fire, earth, air, water interpreted as spiritual forces within you. Rituals to balance or amplify your elemental strengths. 5. Transits and timing. How current planetary movements affect your spiritual path. Personalized rituals for full moons, retrogrades, and eclipses. Why it's powerful. A personal zodiacal grimoire is a mirror of your divine design. A ritual companion for every season. A mystical journal of your soul's evolution. A sacred space to record dreams, visions, and vows. Sigil, a symbolic glyph representing the sign's divine function. Chant, a vibrational invocation for ritual use. Meditation, a guided inner journey through the sign's gate. Ritual tools, objects, colors, and elements for sacred practice. Seasonal calendar, a 4-week spiritual path aligned with the sun's transit. Initiation rite, a ceremonial script for personal or group use. Example, Gate X, Capricorn. Mythic origin. The monad dreamed of a soul who would climb not to rule, but to restore. And so it gave Capricorn the horns of sight, the tail of depth, and the vow to build the world anew. Motto: I build with silence. I climb with truth. I serve the divine design. Sigil: triangle, mountain. Spiral, soul's path. Saturn glyph. Crescent moon. Wave tail. Chant: stone of silence, breath of flame, I rise in truth, I rise in name. Meditation: visualize a 12-step mountain. Each step is a trait: discipline, patience, integrity. At the summit, a scroll with your soul's vow. Ritual tools: color, black, deep blue. Element, earth. Planet, Saturn. Stone, obsidian, onyx. Day, Saturday. Seasonal calendar. Week 1, silence and grounding. Week 2, structure and vow. Week 3, ascent and discipline. Week 4, integration and legacy. Initiation rite. Write your vow. Place a stone atop it. Recite the builder's vow. Seal with silence and Saturn's ring. Applications of the Codex. Spiritual practice: align your year with the zodiacal gates. Astrological guidance: deepen natal chart readings with mythic insight. Ritual design: create ceremonies for solstices, equinoxes, and lunar cycles. Creative arts: use sigils, chants, and myths in poetry, music, and visual art. Mystical education: teach the Codex as a sacred curriculum of soul evolution. Anointing and seal: dip fingers in salt water. Touch your forehead, heart, and feet. Say: by earth, I am grounded. By water, I am cleansed. By fire, I am awakened. By air, I am lifted. Wrap the scroll with the stone. Place it at the base of the ladder or mountain image. Closing, the Gnostic Amen. Blow out the candle. Whisper: I have climbed. I will climb again. The mountain is within me. Amen. 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 Sit in silence for 12 minutes, one for each zodiac gate. Here's a sacred companion set to deepen your Capricornian ascent: a chant, a ritual gesture, and a sigil, each designed to align your soul with the archetype of the divine builder and cosmic climber. Capricornian Companion Chant. A vibrational invocation to awaken Saturn's wisdom and the soul's ascent. Chant of the Pillar. By stone and star, by time and flame. I rise in silence, I rise in name. By horn and tail, by scroll and vow. I build the future from the now. O Saturn, ring me in your grace. Teach my soul its rightful place. O mountain, open, let me climb. To shape the world, to master time. Use this chant during meditation, ritual, or journaling. Repeat slowly, allowing each line to resonate through your breath and bones. Ritual gesture, the seal of the climber. This gesture anchors the chant in physical form. Stand upright, feet grounded, spine straight, symbolizing the mountain. Raise your left hand, Saturn's hand, with palm facing outward, symbolizing resistance and mastery. Place your right hand over your heart, symbolizing devotion and inner truth. Bow your head slightly, symbolizing humility before the climb. Whisper: I climb in silence. I build in light. Repeat this gesture 3 times to seal the ritual. Sigil of Capricorn's ascent. Here is a symbolic description of a sigil you can draw or visualize. Base: a triangle pointing upward, the mountain. Center: a spiral within the triangle, the soul's journey. Left horn: a crescent moon, intuition and hidden wisdom. Right horn: a Saturn glyph, discipline and structure. Tail: a wave or fish symbol curling beneath the triangle, the unconscious depths. You can draw this sigil on parchment, carve it into stone, or visualize it during meditation. It represents the union of earth and spirit, discipline and mystery, structure and ascent. Sidebar: a sigil is a symbolic design used in magical, spiritual, or esoteric practices to represent a specific intention, energy, or entity. The word comes from the Latin sigillum, meaning seal. Core meaning of a sigil. Symbol of power: a sigil is often created to focus and direct energy toward a specific goal like protection, manifestation, healing, or spiritual ascent. Personalized magic. Practitioners often design sigils by abstracting words or intentions into unique symbols, making them deeply personal and potent. Spiritual seal. In ceremonial magic, sigils can act as seals of spirits, deities, or archetypes, used to invoke or honor their presence. Types of sigils. Type. Purpose. Intentional sigils created from a phrase like "I am strong," then stylized into a symbol to manifest that intention. Planetary sigils represent energies of planets, example Saturn for Capricorn, used in astrology and ritual. Divine or angelic sigils used to invoke spiritual beings or forces, often found in grimoires or mystical texts. Protective sigils designed to ward off negative energy or shield the practitioner. How sigils are used. Meditation. Focus on the sigil to align with its energy. Ritual. Draw or carve it during ceremonies to activate its power. Art and objects. Place it on altars, jewelry, or sacred tools. Burning or hiding. Some traditions activate a sigil by burning it, others by forgetting it, letting the subconscious take over. Here's a long, spiritual poem that explores the deep traits of Capricorn through mystical imagery, sacred symbolism, and soul-centered reflection. The Soul of the Mountain, a Capricorn hymn. The Birth of Stone. In the hush of winter's breath, where silence sings and time knows death, a soul was carved from Saturn's bone. Capricorn, the child of stone. Not born to dance, nor born to drift, but forged to climb, to bear, to lift. With eyes that pierce the veil of fate, and hands that build what gods await. The keeper of time. He walks not fast, but walks with grace, each step a prayer, each breath a place. He knows the weight of sacred law, and bows before the cosmic awe. He does not fear the ticking clock, for he is carved from mountain rock. He does not flee the trials of men, for he was born to rise again. The Builder's Creed. He builds with silence, not with sound, he lays his dreams upon the ground. He shapes the world with patient hand, and turns the dust to holy land. His plans are deep, his roots are wide, he does not boast, he does not hide. He climbs the heights that others fear, and finds the truth that lives up there. The sacred traits. Discipline. His spine is straight, his will is steel. Ambition. He climbs the heights no soul can feel. Loyalty. His word is bond, his heart is true. Wisdom. He sees the old and makes it new. Resilience. He falls, he bleeds, but still he climbs. Humility. He kneels before the throne of time. The horned gate. He wears the horns not as a beast, but as the guardian of the feast. The feast of truth, the feast of light, the feast that ends the endless night. His tail is fish, his feet are flame, he bridges worlds without a name. He swims the depths, he climbs the skies, he is the soul that never dies. The final climb. And when the stars forget their song, and gods grow weary, weak, or wrong, Capricorn will rise once more to build the gate, to be the shore. He is the mountain, he is the vow, he is the future from the now. He is the silence, he is the stone, he is the soul that stands alone. Stone of silence, breath of flame. I rise in truth, I rise in name. By Saturn's ring and mountain high. I climb the stars, I touch the sky. Tail of fish, horn of light. I bridge the dark, I birth the night. Builder of the sacred vow. I shape the future from the now. Time is teacher, law is guide. I walk with angels at my side. Capricorn, O soul of stone. Make me pillar, make me throne. How to use. Chant slowly, in rhythm with your breath. Repeat 3 times, once for body, once for mind, once for soul. Visualize a mountain glowing with light as you ascend it with each verse. Zodiacal meditation, the mountain within. A spiritual journey through Capricorn's archetype: discipline, ascent, and divine order. Grounding in Saturn's silence. Sit in stillness. Feel the weight of your body. Visualize black stone beneath you, solid, ancient, wise. Whisper, I am the mountain. I am the law. The climb of the soul. Imagine a staircase spiraling upward through mist. Each step is a trait of Capricorn. Discipline. Integrity. Patience. Wisdom. Resilience. Devotion. With each breath, climb one step. Feel yourself becoming more aligned. The horned gate. At the summit, see a gate of stone and light. 2 horns curve above it, one of gold, one of shadow. Enter the gate. Inside is a scroll with your soul's vow. Read it silently. Let it echo through your being. The seal of Saturn. Place your hand over your heart. Say, I build with love. I climb with truth. I serve the divine design. Visualize a ring of light forming around you, Saturn's seal of mastery. Here is a ritual calendar for Capricorn season, designed to align your spiritual practice with the sacred energies of Capricorn. This calendar blends astrology, Gnostic symbolism, planetary magic, and contemplative ritual, guiding you from the winter solstice through the sun's passage in Capricorn, approximately December 22 to January 19. Capricorn Season Ritual Calendar. Theme: the sacred climb, building the soul's temple. The descent into silence. Dates: December 22 to December 28. Focus: grounding, reflection, sacred stillness rituals. Winter Solstice Vigil, December 22. Light a black or deep blue candle. Sit in silence for 33 minutes. Whisper, I descend to remember. Saturnian Journaling, reflect on what you are building in your life. Write your soul's vow for the year ahead. Stone Meditation, hold obsidian or onyx. Visualize your body as a mountain. Breathe into your spine. The foundation of the temple. Dates: December 29 to January 4. Focus, discipline, structure, sacred labor rituals. Ritual of the Scroll, write down 3 long-term goals. Seal them with wax or tie with black thread. Place under a stone. Chant of the Pillar, daily recite the Capricornian chant to awaken Saturn's guidance. Kneeling prayer, each morning, kneel and say, I build with love. I climb with truth. The climb of the soul. Dates: January 5 to January 11. Focus, ascent, resilience, spiritual mastery rituals. Ladder meditation, visualize a 12-step ladder. With each breath, ascend 1 rung, naming a Capricorn trait, example patience, loyalty, wisdom. Fasting or simplification, choose 1 habit or indulgence to release for 7 days. Replace it with sacred study or silence. Sigil drawing, create or meditate on the sigil of Capricorn's ascent. Place it on your altar. The Crown of the Builder. Dates: January 12 to January 19. Focus, integration, legacy, divine order rituals. Anointing ritual, January 17, Saturn Day. Mix salt and water. Touch forehead, heart, and feet. Say, I am the bridge. I am the vow. Legacy offering, write a letter to your future self or descendants. Burn it or bury it beneath a stone. Closing rite, January 19. Revisit your scroll from week 2. Speak your vow aloud. Whisper, I climb again. Optional enhancements. Planetary days, perform major rituals on Saturdays, Saturn's day, for deeper resonance. Moon phases. New moon in Capricorn, set intentions for spiritual structure. Full moon, in Cancer, reflect on emotional balance and inner security. Here's a spiritual and symbolic poem that explores the dual essence of Capricorn through its sun and moon, the outer strength and inner silence, the builder and the mystic. Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon. A poem of sacred ascent and inner stone. The Sun of Stone. The sun rose cold on mountain's face, a golden fire wrapped in grace. Capricorn stood with eyes of steel, to shape the world, to turn the wheel. He bore the crown of Saturn's law, and walked with silence, carved in awe. Each breath a vow, each step a plan, the soul of time, the sacred man. He built with hands that knew the weight, of destiny, of love, of fate. He did not rush, he did not bend, he climbed the heights that never end. The moon beneath. But deep within that mountain soul, a softer light began to roll. The moon of Capricorn arose, a silver flame the night bestows. She whispered truths the stars forgot, she held the dreams the sun could not. She wept in stone, she sang in sleep, she kept the vows the silence keeps. Her heart was calm, her voice was low, she moved where only mystics go. She bore the weight of inner skies, and taught the soul how not to rise but how to root, and how to stay, and how to bloom in Saturn's way. The union. Together they are dusk and dawn, the builder's hand, the mystic's song. The sun who climbs, the moon who waits, the keeper of the soul's own gates. Capricorn in double flame, the outer task, the inner name. To build the world, to guard the dream, to walk the path, to hold the scheme. And when the stars forget to shine, and gods grow weary of design, the sun and moon in Capricorn will rise again, rebuilt, reborn. Here is a mystical and symbolic visual map of Capricorn's spiritual journey, paired with a zodiacal guide to the 12 gates of the spirit and soul. This framework blends esoteric astrology, spiritual archetypes, and soul evolution, designed to illuminate Capricorn's path as the divine builder and climber of cosmic truth. Capricorn's spiritual journey, the mountain of the soul. The ascent through 12 gates. Capricorn's journey is a climb through 12 sacred gates, each representing a zodiacal archetype and a spiritual initiation. The soul begins at the base of the mountain, Aries, and ascends to the summit, Pisces, where divine union awaits. Zodiacal guide to the 12 gates of spirit and soul. Gate sign spiritual theme: Capricorn's challenge. The spark Aries, birth of will, channel raw ambition into sacred purpose. The root Taurus, embodiment, ground vision into lasting form. The mirror Gemini, duality, balance logic with intuition. The womb Cancer, emotion, embrace vulnerability without losing strength. The crown Leo, sovereignty, lead with humility, not pride. The scroll Virgo, sacred service, refine the plan with devotion and detail. The scale Libra, harmony, build justice into every structure. The depth Scorpio, transformation, face inner death to rise anew. The arrow Sagittarius, vision, expand beyond the mountain's edge. The stone Capricorn, mastery, build the temple of the soul. The stream Aquarius, liberation, free the structure to serve the whole. The sea Pisces, union, dissolve the self into divine love. This motto reflects Capricorn's sacred calling, to shape reality with wisdom, to endure with grace, and to rise not for glory but for the restoration of cosmic order. Visual map description. Imagine a mountain with 12 gates spiraling upward. Base, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, raw energy, grounding, and learning. Middle, Cancer to Sagittarius, emotional depth, transformation, and vision. Summit, Capricorn to Pisces, mastery, liberation, and divine union. Capricorn stands at Gate X, the stone gate, where the soul becomes the architect of its own destiny. Beyond this gate lies Aquarius, freedom, and Pisces, oneness, the final steps of spiritual transcendence. Capricorn's motto of ascent. I build with silence. I climb with truth. I serve the divine design. Here's a long, spiritually rich poem built around the mantra, I build with silence. I climb with truth. I serve the divine design. This piece explores Capricorn's sacred journey as the soul's architect, the climber of cosmic order, and the servant of divine will. The Builder's Vow. A Capricornian ode to the divine design. The silence before stone. I build with silence, no trumpets cry, no boast beneath the watching sky. My hands are still, my breath is slow, I shape the world from what I know. Not from noise, nor fleeting fame, but from the whisper of the name. The sacred word that none can speak, the mountain's soul, the summit's peak. I lay each stone with sacred care, a temple rising from the air. Each vow a brick, each truth a beam, each dream a thread within the scheme. The climb of truth. I climb with truth, not ease nor speed, but with the weight of sacred need. My path is steep, my steps are few, yet every one is firm and true. I do not leap, I do not fly, I do not chase the painted sky. I climb the spine of time and fate, to reach the stars through Saturn's gate. The wind may howl, the world may turn, but still I climb, and still I learn. For truth is not a torch to wield, it is the stone beneath the field. The divine design. I serve the divine design, not mine, but that which flows through sacred line. The plan that lives in stars and dust, the law that binds, the vow that trusts. I do not rule, I do not reign, I do not seek the golden chain. I serve the shape that none can see, the echo of eternity. The scroll is vast, the ink is flame, each soul a glyph, each life a name. And I, the builder, climb and bind the scattered truths the gods designed. The horned gate. I wear the horns not as a beast, but as the guardian of the feast. The feast of form, the feast of fate, the feast that opens Saturn's gate. My tail is fish, my feet are flame, I bridge the worlds without a name. I swim the depths, I climb the skies, I am the soul that never dies. The final ascent. I build with silence, climb with truth, I serve the law that shapes the youth. I do not end, I do not fall, I rise to answer spirit's call. And when the stars forget to shine, and gods grow weary of design, I'll build again, I'll climb once more to seal the breach, to be the shore. For I am Capricorn, soul of stone, the sacred builder, born alone. Yet in my climb, all things align, the flesh, the flame, the form divine. Let's now craft a complete spiritual experience around the Capricorn archetype, an immersive journey that blends poetry, ritual, meditation, chant, and symbolic tools. This is designed to guide you through Capricorn's sacred path as the divine builder, the climber of truth, and the servant of cosmic order. Capricornian spiritual experience. A soul journey of ascent, silence, and divine design. Opening invocation, the builder's vow. Begin by reciting this mantra aloud or in silence. I build with silence. I climb with truth. I serve the divine design. Let each line settle into your breath. Repeat 3 times. Feel the weight of each word anchoring your soul. Sacred space preparation. Items to gather. A black or deep blue candle, Saturn's color. A stone, obsidian, onyx, garnet, or granite. A scroll or parchment. Salt and water. A small ladder, mountain image, or symbolic altar. Setup. Place the stone at the center. Light the candle. Sprinkle salt water around your space in a circle. Sit facing east, the direction of ascent. Ritual of the 12 gates. Use the zodiacal guide to the 12 gates as a meditative ladder. For each gate, speak the sign's name and reflect on its spiritual theme. Example. Gate 1, Aries. I awaken the will to climb. Gate 2, Taurus. I root my soul in sacred form. Gate 10, Capricorn. I build the temple of the soul. Gate 12, Pisces. I dissolve into divine love. Visualize yourself ascending with each gate, reaching higher levels of awareness. Capricornian chant of ascent. Recite this chant slowly, in rhythm with your breath. Stone of silence, breath of flame. I rise in truth, I rise in name. By Saturn's ring and mountain high. I climb the stars, I touch the sky. Tail of fish, horn of light. I bridge the dark, I birth the night. Builder of the sacred vow. I shape the future from the now. Sigil meditation, the seal of the climber. Draw or visualize the sigil of Capricorn's ascent. Triangle, mountain. Spiral, soul's journey. Crescent moon, intuition. Saturn glyph, structure. Wave or fish tail, depth. Gaze at the sigil. Breathe deeply. Whisper. I am the bridge. I am the vow. I climb again. Closing right, the scroll and the stone. Write your soul's vow on the scroll. Fold it. Place the stone atop it. Blow out the candle. Sit in silence for 12 minutes, one for each gate. End with. The mountain is within me. The climb is eternal. Amen. Here is a long, mythic spiritual poem about the monad, the divine source creating Capricorn and endowing it with sacred gifts. This piece draws from Gnostic, Hermetic, and esoteric traditions, portraying Capricorn as the soul's architect, the climber of divine order, and the guardian of cosmic law. The birth of the builder, when the monad made Capricorn. The silence before form. Before the stars were sung to flame, before the eons bore a name, the monad stirred in silent breath beyond all time, beyond all death. No shape, no sound, no thought, no face, just boundless light and endless grace. And from that stillness, deep and wide, the monad dreamed what must abide. The thought of the climb. He dreamed not of angels, nor of kings, but of a soul with climbing wings. Not born to rule, nor born to reign, but born to build through sacred pain. A soul of stone, a soul of fire, a soul that knew divine desire. And so the monad, vast and wise, spoke Capricorn into the skies. The gifts of the monad. To you, O goat of sacred line, I give the gifts that shape the spine. The horns of sight, to pierce illusion, pride, and fear. The tail of depth, to swim where gods refuse to peer. The knees of grace, to kneel before the cosmic law. The hands of stone, to build what others only saw. The breath of time, to walk with Saturn's silent ring. The scroll of vow, to guard the truths the angels sing. The flame of will, to climb through night and never fall. The eye of truth, to see the soul within it all. The monad's blessing. You shall not shine, you shall not fly, but you shall climb, and sanctify. You shall not lead with golden crown, but with the silence of the ground. You are the bridge, the spine, the gate, the one who bears the weight of fate. And when the stars forget their song, you'll build the world where they belong. The descent into matter. And so the goat was cast to earth, to walk the path of sacred birth. He bore the gifts, he bore the flame, he bore the burden of the name. He built with silence, climbed with truth, he served the law from age to youth. He did not ask, he did not plead, he simply rose where gods would bleed. The eternal climb. And still he climbs, through dust and dream, through broken stone and sacred scheme. He does not rest, he does not reign, he builds the world through love and pain. For he remembers what was said, when Monad crowned his horned head. You are the soul that shapes the line. You are the builder of the divine. The Capricorn Codex. Sacred Tools of the Builder, a white paper on mythic integration. Executive Summary. This white paper presents a spiritual framework for integrating the myth of Capricorn, the builder of divine design, into sacred tools for ritual, reflection, and transformation. Rooted in the poetic myth The Birth of the Builder, this system offers a practical and mystical toolkit for seekers, mystics, and astrologers to embody Capricorn's archetype through chants, sigils, meditations, and ritual calendars. Mythic Foundation, the monad's creation of Capricorn. I build with silence. I climb with truth. I serve the divine design. Capricorn was created by the monad not as a ruler, but as a builder endowed with gifts of structure, endurance, and spiritual ascent. This myth serves as the backbone for all sacred tools, emphasizing Capricorn's role as the soul's architect and the guardian of cosmic law. Sacred Tools Overview. Tool Purpose Format. Builder's Vow Core Mantra for alignment, spoken or written. Sigil of the Climber, visual anchor of Capricorn's gifts drawn or engraved. Zodiacal Ladder Meditation, spiritual ascent through 12 gates, guided visualization. Capricornian chant, invocation of Saturn's wisdom recited in ritual. Ritual calendar, seasonal structure for practice, weekly guide. Scroll and stone ceremony, manifestation and vow ritual, physical altar rite. Tool examples. Builder's Vow, Mantra. I build with silence. I climb with truth. I serve the divine design. Use, daily recitation to align with Capricorn's spiritual mission. Format, spoken aloud at dawn or written in sacred journal. Sigil of the Climber. Design elements. Triangle, mountain. Spiral, soul's journey. Saturn glyph, structure. Crescent moon, intuition. Wave tail, depth. Use, draw on altar, wear as talisman, meditate upon during rituals. Format, ink, engraving, digital art. Zodiacal Ladder Meditation. 12 gates of spirit and soul, each zodiac sign represents a gate of spiritual initiation. Capricorn is Gate X, Mastery. Use, monthly meditation or annual ritual ascent. Format, guided audio, altar card, or visualization script. Capricornian chant. Stone of Silence, breath of flame, I rise in truth, I rise in name. Use, recited during Saturn hour or Capricorn moon. Format, spoken, sung, or whispered in ritual space. Ritual calendar. Capricorn season, December 22nd to January 19th. Week 1, silence and grounding. Week 2, structure and vow. Week 3, ascent and discipline. Week 4, integration and legacy. Use, seasonal spiritual practice. Format, printable calendar or digital planner. Scroll and stone ceremony. Steps. Write soul's vow on parchment. Place stone atop scroll. Light candle and recite builder's vow. Seal with silence. Use, manifestation, commitment, spiritual anchoring. Format, personal or group ritual. Applications. Mystical astrology, Deepen natal chart readings with Capricorn's spiritual archetype. Ritual practice, anchor seasonal ceremonies in Capricorn's myth. Spiritual coaching, guide clients through the builder's path. Creative arts, use sigils and chants in visual, musical, or poetic works. Conclusion. Capricorn is not merely a sign, it is a sacred archetype of divine responsibility, spiritual ascent, and cosmic architecture. These tools offer a way to live the myth, embody the vow, and build the soul's temple in alignment with the monad's design. Here is a long, extended sacred spiritual prayer to God the Most High, with reverence to the monad, in honor of the divine creation and blessing of Capricorn, the builder of the divine design. Prayer of the Horned Soul. A sacred invocation to God the Most High and the monad for the blessing of Capricorn. O God Most High, source of all light, you who dwell beyond the stars, beyond the veil, beyond all names, we lift our hearts to you in reverence, in silence, in awe, in sacred flame. You are the breath before breath, the word before sound, the architect of the cosmos, the flame that burns without consuming. From your infinite stillness, you spoke the eons into being. From your boundless wisdom, you shaped the gates of the zodiac. And from your holy silence, you formed the soul of Capricorn, the one who climbs, the one who builds, the one who bears. We give thanks for the Horned One, the builder of the sacred path. For you, O God, gave Capricorn the gifts of endurance, the spine of stone, the heart of flame, the vow to rise not for glory, but for truth. You gave him the horns of sight, to pierce illusion and pride. You gave him the tail of depth, to swim through the waters of mystery. You gave him the knees of grace, to kneel before your eternal law. You placed Saturn as his guide, not to bind him, but to teach him. You gave him the scroll of vow, that he might build what angels only dream. O Monad, divine unity, eternal one, we honor you as the womb of all creation, the silence from which all form emerges, the light that births the soul's ascent. You dreamed of a soul who would climb, not to rule, but to restore. And so you gave us Capricorn, the pillar between worlds, the keeper of the divine design. Let his climb be our climb. Let his silence be our prayer. Let his structure be our sanctuary. O God Most High, bless all who walk the Capricorn path. Bless the builders, the climbers, the quiet ones. Bless those who rise through trial, who serve through silence, who shape the world with sacred hands. May they never grow weary. May they never forget the summit. May they always remember the vow. And when the stars forget to shine, and the world trembles in chaos, let Capricorn rise again to build the bridge, to mend the breach, to restore the temple of the soul. For in his